Hey, folks, just a friendly reminder that all shows on the Madness Comic Network are produced by their individual hosts and in no way reflect the opinions of the network as a whole. The statements in the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of the Madness Comic Network, its staff, sponsors, or contributors. This show is rated TVMA, as are all of them and all those other letters. Viewer discretion is highly advised, and, just do what Doc says. Read that again. Peace, everybody.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting. But also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
An ancient darkness is breaking through into our reality. The overlords are coming. They're demons united. They'll stop at nothing to tear our world to shreds. And the only thing that can stop them is the power of metal. You have been chosen by the gods of metal to lead this crusade of finger-shredding fury. You must write the sick riffs, craft the awesome lyrics, find unholy rhythms, and set the heads banging. Show the overlords that their darkness is nothing compared to yours. Gods of Metal is a co-op deck-building game for 1 to 4 players. You and your bandmates must work to create the most powerful band in human history. Find mystical instruments of legend, outlandish costumes to improve your powers, and recruit mascots to help you battle the overlords. Find the power of pure decibels and use them to destroy your enemies by crafting songs that will literally blow their minds. Form a band. Save the world. Gods of Metal. Now on Kickstarter.
The Madness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Madness Tuesday Morning Brew. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, and I hope you have your coffee ready because this is going to be one hell of a show. My good friend Doc is here. I don't know. It's been like what, third time on the show. I love it. I love it when the madness kind of takes over the madness, and I don't have to work so hard because he also knows how to run his own show. It's great. It's just two friends having a conversation, and it's not a lot of work. Just kidding, Doc. I love having you on. Oh man. Path of the Pale Rider updates. T-shirts. Look how lovely T-shirts are in. And the hoodies. So everybody that got a T-shirt or a hoodie from the trade paperback, those are in. At this point, the only two things I don't have are the button packs, which are coming, and the books, which are printing. So any day now, I know it's one of those things where when you get everything done, it's hard to be patient because I'm done with my job. Everybody's supposed to be done with their job. Like, hurry up. But we want it to be done right. We want it to be done. I mean, we're ordering like hundreds of books. We are not just ordering like 2 here. We want to make sure that all of the books are correct and they don't have any issues. They're going out all over the world, which is amazing. So if you have not gotten your book yet, you can still purchase one from ASAP Imagination's website. It's the Laurie Calcaterra collection. Everything is live at this point. So you can get your copy and they ship internationally. So it doesn't matter if you're here in the US or you're in Australia, the UK, Canada, you can get a physical copy of that. I did get something else in the mail yesterday. Ooh, so I wanted to open this. I'm dying too, Doc. Oh, God. I have just eviscerated it. Ooh, let's do it again. Ready? Yeah. Take its head off. At some point, it'll go through. Wow, this is a really tough mailer. This is sharp. There we go. It is officially dead. All right. So these are the the Care Bear Big James stickers for the returning backers. Let me see if I can get it a little closer there. Oh, if you can see, this is Lacey Kruger's work. He has his little eye scar and he has an undead disc in his chest instead of his little care symbol. This is so cool. And then for some reason I got purple ones too. Oh my God. He said there was a printer error. Look, we got super rare purple Big James Care Bears. Oh, I wonder who wants one of these. Those are cool because look, here's a that's hilarious. I'm so I might keep these for myself. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm super excited to have these. They got little scullies in their ear. They're super cute. So if you are a returning backer for the trade paperback, you automatically get one of these on top of all the other merch that we get. So remember, we're getting hot sauce samples and poker cards and keychains and pins. You can I put mine in my hat. And then what else? Temporary tattoos. Oh, and the slice and dice. Doc, I'm just going to bring you in at this point because I feel like I'm having a conversation with you in the back and it's so dumb. Everybody say hi to Doc. Good morning.
Good morning, Laurie. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So Slice and Dice is scheduled for May 21st here on the Brew.
Do I have that high-pitched whine coming through my microphone?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to switch to my headphones.
Gotcha. So yeah, so we're going to murder a pineapple on the show. Pops wants a purple one. Of course, Pops wants a purple one. That's hilarious. But yeah, so we're going to kill a pineapple. And right now, I think the name that's winning is Penelope Pineappleton. And then the fans who have voted fire and sledgehammer combination. So we're going to light it on fire and then smack it with a sledgehammer and watch it explode. So.
All right. Is that better?
Now I hear something else.
Well, now you hear my air conditioner running
Oh,
because it's
that's
hot as
probably what
shit
it
in
is.
here.
It's hot already. It's so bizarre, right? It's
Yes.
then it's tornadoes, and then it's hot as balls.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Two nights in a row, huge outbreaks,
Huge.
all the way from Texas to Canada.
It was a giant storm.
Yeah, did you come through that okay?
We were fine. We just got rain, a lot of lightning. We didn't even get hail this time. We had a really big hailstorm in March that did damage. But I think that we were far enough south that we just got the tail end of this massive destruction that went through. It's just nuts. Some of these
there was
towns.
a poor little town, Sulphur, Oklahoma.
They get
3 tornadoes.
3 times?
3 went through the same track.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Like, what did we do? Who lives there? Jeffrey Dahmer? Like F you specifically. Like, that's just hard to imagine. Getting hit just stay in your basement. We got to go say good morning to everybody in the chat. First of all, Glenn. Good morning, Glenn.
My friend Glenn will tell me, great to see you. Good morning, Nikki.
Long fellow.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's see. I said good morning like 17 times because it was delayed. It's like, Glenn. It's like, I don't know what's going on.
Vaughn
Coleman, hi.
I had Vaughn on the show on the Madness yesterday. Great guy. It was nice to meet you. I enjoyed it very much, Vaughn. Looking forward to having you out on the coffee shop.
Yeah. Lou, good morning, Lou. Good morning, Hugo. Happy Tuesdays.
Good morning.
Oh, thank you. Yes. I would wear my goal is to get enough Path of the Pale Rider shirts that I can wear one every day.
Speaking of shirts, every time I come on your show, I'm wearing this shirt.
I think you are.
I don't know why that happens. It's not my Tuesday shirt. It's just.
You got your Tuesday underwear on too?
Yeah, my Tuesday pajamas. No, I mean, I have no idea why that is. It's just I was watching your intro. And
I was like, I think you were wearing that in the intro. And
I was. Damn it, man.
Oh, that's funny. We'll have to do a GoFundMe for Doc for some new.
I need more Hawaiian shirts, guys. I'm critically low. My favorite one got ripped.
Oh no.
So yeah.
Good morning, Carrie. Billy. Good morning.
Good morning, Billy.
The more successful the campaign, the more rewards to fulfill, the more time and coordination needed, the more awesomeness in the world. Oh my God. So I'm still 3D printing stuff. So even if the books were here, I still wouldn't be able to ship some of the things. So I 3D printed 4 of those big James minis. So those are printed. I still have to clean them up, prime them, and paint them. But those are done. All of the keychains are done because I printed those myself. I printed 90 these disc keychains with wood PLA. That took forever. And right now I'm printing these hot sauce bottle sleeves. I think this is probably the last time I can offer to do that because next campaign I'm offering hot sauce samplers. So I have 3 hot sauces now. So if people are getting those, there's no way I can 3D print that many bottle sleeves. So if you're getting a bottle sleeve or you got one last time, hold on to those because those are collectors because I'm going to do many more. There's no way I can. But they're really cool. There's this bright red hex pattern and it has my little death symbol on the bottom. So I'll have to show those off later today. Keith, what's up? Nicole. Wow. And this is one of those days where I think I'm going to have to play catch up with the chat. Like we'll have to go back and, there's only 20 of them. But if you want, Carrie, you're getting yours from ASAP. Shoot. So I can't. Bummer. We'll think of a way. What's up, Doc? Hugo.
What's up, Doc? What's cooking? What's up, Doc?
Hey, thank you. I got a hail too. All right. So what's been going on in your camp? I know like we kind of moonlight on each other's shows. I love coming on your show because your meme parade is one of my favorite things on anybody's podcast. I just crack up all the time.
Garden fresh memes picked fresh for you every week.
Soy free, 100%
Absolutely
organic.
Soy free.
Free.
Yeah, there's no vegans, no soy, no spin, no censorship. Well, it's on YouTube, so there's censorship, but
but it's not our fault.
That's
We
right.
didn't do it.
We just like to have a good time,
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's every Wednesday at 1 p.m. If you guys want to tune in here on the network, on my channel, wherever fine products are sold.
It's a great show. I have a good time. Doc's co-host Tanner is really great, and he does like comic book history. What is it like?
Great moments in comics history.
Yeah, and it's really great. Like I always learn something. And you guys just are a great duo together and make me laugh.
He's a great guy. I couldn't ask for anyone better to do that show with. It's just a fun thing to do. But Laurie, I'm sure like you, sometimes I go, God dang, it's Wednesday again already. It's time to do the show again. Shit, I'm busy. But fortunately, I just finished 3 or 4 days ago. I finished the last panel on A Damn Dirty Thing.
Did you really?
So,
Congrats. That's always
thank
like
you.
a good pat yourself on the shoulder moment.
Yeah, I wanted to go get a bottle of something to celebrate, but then I went, so that requires leaving the house. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, who's your guest tomorrow, Doc?
Well, there is no guest.
Oh, this purple bear is your guest. Oh,
Yes,
come on.
yes. Tomorrow, Laurie Calcaterra is our guest on Doc's
With
Coffee
the dancing
Shop,
bear.
and it's also my birthday party.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, happy early birthday!
Thank you. I no longer
35.
Yes, I no longer count the tree rings.
Right. What's the
so
point?
I don't even care anymore. I'm just, no one is more shocked than I am that I made it another year. But yeah, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a blast. I'm going to try to do an extra special meme review just for you, Laurie.
Oh, thank you. I'll make sure I tune in. I was going to say I'd borrow you my crown, but I don't know where it went. I have this pink crown my kids gave me, and it lights up, and it like strobe lights. It's like super annoying, and I'm like, thank you. Like I had to wear it on the show because it was just so obnoxious. I was like, I'll wear it in your honor. I'll see if I can find it.
Cheers. Yeah, so tomorrow I get to interview her.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, aren't you my guest tomorrow? Aren't you on the show tomorrow?
No.
Well, then piss off.
Okay, all right. Everybody say goodbye to Doc. No, I was kidding.
I don't know anymore. Pop says, ask me trick questions like, who's your guest?
He was
tomorrow?
like, Laurie's on your show, right? I was like, no.
No, tomorrow, I do have you scheduled, Laurie. When are you scheduled to be on the show?
No, I was already.
I thought you were coming out again.
I
have to check my calendar.
I haven't scheduled it yet because I don't know when my next issue is going live. I wanted to finish everything that was going on between 4 and 5, switching publishers and switching printers. This is like the 4th printer I've used in the last 6 months, and I gotta say, guys, it's a pain in the ass.
It is.
I'm still waiting on the metal covers from my issue number 4. I have not gotten them yet. And then I had to order my Choose Your Own Adventure books from a separate printer entirely.
Oh, wow.
It's just, you know what I mean? So printing is so hard to do that when you find a good printer as a comic book creator, you just got to stick with them. I don't think I have found my printer yet. And the one that's in the UK is only printing my trade paperbacks. They won't print my floppies. So now I have to find another one for my issue 5. You see what I mean? It's just an ongoing.
Always.
But I'm not launching issue 5 until we close up issue 4, and I want to fulfill the trade paperback so I can start fresh. You know, like it. And there's a lot of hype that's going behind my next issue anyway, because of where we're going. So I want to do it right, and I want to make sure we give it time.
Sure.
So I haven't booked anything for issue 5 yet because I don't know.
I don't blame you a bit. When you're doing this, a lot of people don't realize how much work goes in it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your feet under you before you start, announcing and shilling and whatever, you'll get yourself in a bind in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And I feel like ever since issue 2, we had a printer delay.
Hmm.
We launched issue 3, and I was fulfilling issue 2 at the same time.
Wow.
The same thing
Good
happened
Lord.
with 4. We launched 4, and I was fulfilling issue 3 at the same time. And I'm done with that monkey business. It's
Yeah,
hard.
I don't want to be that busy.
No. And then like mistakes happen and people get wrong stuff or things don't go to the right address. Like there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And it's just like that all cost me time and money to fix it. And it's like I just want to fulfill all that stuff and then we will start fresh. That's it.
Good on you. Good
At
on you.
that point, I will plan ahead, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But enough about me. Enough about me. You have something going on in your camp. Let's talk about it.
Well, before I want to address Carrie, she says,
Oh, okay. What'd she
invite Kevin Davis on. He's been on with Laurie.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I had responded to you. Yes, I'm going to have him on. Yeah. Carrie must be a fan. She must be a fan.
She loves Kevin Davis. He does a ton of stuff too. Super nice guy, focused on positive messages, and like Doc, he has like 6 books in the works. It's nuts.
Yeah.
And he's working on a production company, and he's working on a publishing company, and. He's
Yeah,
just super
I saw
busy.
him on your show.
Oh, you did?
I was hanging out in the chat.
Crazy.
And
I can't.
I was like, God, man, these younger kids, these kids today, gosh darn it.
I want to know how he can afford all that.
How can you afford it? Where do you get the energy?
Yeah, the time.
Like I said,
sanity.
I had Vaughn on the show yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'd really been wanting to meet him. These younger cats, man, they're coming out here with all this energy, all this momentum, and they're really getting it done.
Yeah.
I'm blown away, man. The future of comics is in good hands.
I think so. I think that, up and comers look good. Ray, blah, blah, blah. What's his last name? He goes by DM Ray, and he's launching the Madcaps today.
Oh, okay.
He's new. This is his first ever. I had him on the show, and I think he's super positive, and he's going about everything the right way. So if you guys aren't following the Madcaps, you definitely should. Kevin Davis for sure. People don't know, which you must be living under a rock if you haven't heard of Corissa Grant. She launched her issue number 10 yesterday, and she's over like 200% funded already.
I absolutely miss
nuts.
Corissa. I miss her. I don't know what I did to offend her, but she doesn't allow me in her world anymore.
What? That's not true. You just have to ask her. She's so busy.
She is. I'm a big fan of Corissa and her work ethic and everything about her property. All of it's good, and you're involved in that too, aren't you? Are you editing for her? Or?
I call myself script supervisor. I don't really edit her stuff. I give suggestions and like I just give her feedback, like this is how it made me feel, or like you know what I mean. She has to decide whether she wants to change it or not. I wouldn't call myself a formal editor. Plus, I get to read all her scripts first. So
the joy of it all.
The joy of seeing the sneak peek. So I have read up until I think she's working on 15.
Yeah.
She's far ahead, right? This is 10 that she's kickstartering. 10 is printed. 11
Jesus
is printed.
Christ.
12 is printed.
In the time it took me to do 2.
Her artist is nuts. He can turn around a full issue of, he just he pencils and inks at this point. So now he's even faster. So he can do a full issue in 4 weeks. Done.
Oh my God.
Nuts.
I'm just not that fast. I can't do it.
I don't get it either, but I mean, when you're that fast, it's just, and she has all the scripts done. So he's just,
Yeah.
her poor team. I'm sure her colorists and her letterer are like, Jesus. Like
I was gonna say, yeah, when your pencil is almost as fast as that effing writer, get out of here with it. Pop says Nandor, he's talking about Nandor Fox. The youngsters are awesome. Yeah, Nandor is amazing.
Yeah.
Good morning, Wayne Klingman, Mr. Big in the house.
Hey, Mr. Big. Good morning.
I sound terrible. I'm all stopped up. I have to go into a deeper register to get out of my nose voice.
Hey, good morning, Devil's There. Started writing my book, 1,000-ish words in. Great. Need to write the goodbye scene. Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, dun, dun, dun.
That's fun. I like doing those. I'm like, I will drink the tears of my readers. Oh, we got some tears coming in our next issue. Too. I'm excited. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you know, who was it? We were
Pops,
talking
clip
about
that. Clip
what?
it. Clip that.
What? We got
I
some
will
tears
drink
coming.
the tears of my readers.
Yeah, that's my goal. Is to traumatize my readers. That's it. I mean, like, and if you have been reading my story, you get it. You're gonna have feels in the first 4 pages of this next issue. First 4 feels. I have
a
oh yeah, here's the for Worthy Chaos, by the way.
yeah. I have a
I'll go
huge
ahead and post this too.
spin at the end of the Pariah saga that'll
Do you?
probably yank some hearts out of people's chests. So I'm giving myself a break before I dive into, because the next book I'm doing is the second Pariah book, Sanctum of Hate. And that is an intense book. So I really got to get my head right to get into this one. You know, it's the return of Elizabeth Payne.
What is kind of your process of getting your head right? Like, what do you do? Do you go on walks by yourself? Do you listen to music? Do you chain smoke and drink coffee? Like, what do you do to get yourself in that mindset to write Elizabeth? Because she's nuts.
For writing her, first of all, I can't read anything. I have to completely get all influences away from me. I don't want to have Tom Clancy rolling around in my head while I'm trying to write her.
Right, exactly.
So I isolate myself from most media, except music. There's an Elizabeth Payne playlist on my YouTube.
What is it? What's on it?
Oh, The Lady Wore Black by Queensryche. Gypsy, or Bringing on the Heartache by Def Leppard. The song Gypsy by Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac. Just things that remind me. Shot in the Dark by Ozzy. Heaven and Hell by Dio. You know, just heavy, dark, poignant stuff. Whatever I can find.
Interesting. Kind of gives you a little insight into Elizabeth right there.
Yeah, and it puts me in the mood to write her, because I'm not naturally. She's a very dark person, justifiably.
Right.
I'm not. I'm not bubbly, happy, blah blah blah. But I'm an upbeat person. I wake up every day, you know, excited for the possibilities of the day. She only lives in her hate, and it sustains her. It is what drives her. So yeah, she's not. It's not hard to write that. It's hard to be in that headspace. But once you get in that space, you can write it.
Yeah. I don't envy actors when they have to live such dark, depressing characters. I mean, look at Heath Ledger. I mean, it can ruin you. It can kill you. So I can 100% appreciate that, where you have to get into that headspace and it's like, get it out and then move on. Like, go watch Rainbows and Kittens on.
Oh, listen, after the first Pariah book, I had to take a series of long hot showers to clean that off of me. And then, like you said, I watch some Big Bang Theory, go watch some Casablanca, go watch all the Sam Spade and Philip Marlowe movies to kind of shift over to write for Jake Bishop.
There you go.
And get out of that world. Now, not out of that world, but out of that headspace. Oh, wait a minute.
What's up?
Devil's Air says his mom is having lung issues.
Yeah, there's some comments going on. I just wanted to say, Devil's Air, we pray for your mom.
I will be praying for her.
Hopefully she will
Wade
heal.
says his daughter was in a car wreck and it's total. Well, I'll be praying for her too. Listen, I am a Christian. I'm a man of faith, and I don't make a secret of that. And I absolutely lift up everyone I can think of when I'm praying. So I will absolutely pray without no shame in this game. So anyway, I forgot what the hell I was about to say.
We were talking about your process of getting in the right headspace and then you were moving from Elizabeth over to Jake Bishop headspace.
Yeah. And now I got to move back.
Now you got to move back.
Now I'm coming
now
out of
Damn Dirty Thing is all done, right?
It's done. I've got to finish the novella. I've got to write 1 or 2 more scenes, and it's finished. But that's the easiest thing for me. Writing comes very natural to me, particularly when you write first person present tense.
Yeah.
It's almost stream of consciousness. You can just write.
Yeah.
And again, if I need a refresher course on how to do that, I'll go read old Roger Zelazny books, the Chronicles of Amber, Stephen Brushed with his Vlad Talto stuff, just to pick up that flavor. But you can't read too deep in there because I don't know about you, Laurie, but I'm easily influenced by what I'm reading, what I'm watching, and whatever. And I can't let too much of someone else's style come into my stuff.
Yeah, I have to be by myself when I write, or at least to brainstorm. And a lot of times for me, I play it out like a movie in my head. So my favorite thing to do is to go walk my dog and some of the trails around my neighborhood, and I'll speak the lines. So hopefully I should put in like a headphone or something so people think I'm on the phone. I don't look like a crazy person because
I thought I was the only one that did that.
Oh no, I talk to myself. Playing it out.
My stories are built around lines of dialogue.
Yes.
And then I start thinking, who said that? Who are they saying it to? Where are they when they're saying it? That creates a scene. Where does that scene fit in the story? What would be the response to that? And a story just organically grows from that. And I don't go for the long walks, but in the spring and summer and the nice weather, I've got beautiful lawn Adirondack chairs out there. I go sit in the Adirondacks. I watch the birds. I drink my coffee. I smoke my cigarettes, and I let myself daydream the book.
Yes.
It's
so funny. There's that meme where it's like, there's a writer that's looking out the window. It's just like, I'm working. You know what I mean? But we're thinking, we're in our own head, creating worlds and dialogue and interactions and drama. But we look like we're staring out the window, but it's like, I'm working.
And some of the best lines of dialogue and the best scenes I have ever done, they come out of, I'm in the shower, I'm having morning coffee in the dark before the sun comes up. All by myself, quiet in my comfy little chair in the living room, and I'm daydreaming, and I'm hearing the voices of my characters. And like, oh, that's good. I gotta, and never lie to yourself, boys and girls. Don't say, oh, I'll remember that, because you won't.
Go write it down.
Go write it down. Write it down.
Yeah. I have a notebook next to my bed too, because half the time my best ideas come when I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm half asleep, and I'm trying to go back to sleep, and I let my mind just wander. That's when they all come out. They all do. Yep. Devil's There. I write from scene to scene. One scene written yet, but more to go. But scene setting and flashbacks are going to be interesting for right amount of action and mental struggle. I feel that specifically because my story isn't told in chronological order. So I did that as well, where I started at the apocalypse and I went back. And same thing, showing how much action and how much mental struggle to get us back to that time jump. It's such a fine line. Hey,
good morning, Fanta darling. So wonderful to see you. It's same for me. And you have to kind of let the balance of the story be organic between action and drama. What emotion are you trying to pull out of your readers? And so that pacing is really important.
I just poke mine with a stick, sharp object. Feel something. Now, I wanted to ask you a couple questions about this Damn Dirty Thing, because I know you've been working on it for a while. And here, everybody, let me make this a little bigger so everybody can see it better. But hello. There we go. So you titled it A Damn Dirty Thing, a pariah story. So these are in the same world.
They exist in the same world. My world is a world that is contemporary with ours. It's modern.
Okay.
They have all of our technology. It's the same year. But the aesthetics of the 1940s never went away because perfection doesn't need modification.
Right.
And that's absolutely self-indulgent. Because if I could go back and live any other era, it would be the 40s or it would be Victorian England.
Oof.
Excuse me.
Victorian England.
Yeah, me and Sherlock
I would
Holmes would have
not.
been hanging out.
I
We'd
would
have been
not go
hanging
there.
out.
No.
But I love the 40s. And so, yeah, Elizabeth Payne in her story arc, which is 3 graphic novels, in book 2, she meets this, or she has a run-in with this detective, Jake Bishop. And I'm like, he needs a little bit of his own backstory before I go into the second book. So we hit the ground running with him in the second book. And the more I began developing him and his world, the more I have realized. Now, let me back up. I'm not ending Elizabeth Payne because of Jake Bishop.
Right.
Elizabeth Payne was always going to be 3 and done. Jake Bishop is till they put me in the ground.
Gotcha.
I absolutely love this guy. I love his world. I love noir. I love detectives. It's just good stuff.
So so let's kind of peruse through. I waited until I had you here so I can ask you all the questions. Is this the same video that I played?
Yeah, we don't have to see it again.
I just wanted to make sure. But
Those are
here's
just
some of the art, you guys. I just love your black. It's black and white, very inky. I love it because it just matches the style. It's noir. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's black and white film with the over dramatic lighting. That's this.
Yes. I very much wanted it to feel like you're watching an old black and white movie. We all remember either, late nights after everything good has gone off, the superstations playing the old stuff, or on a rainy Saturday or Sunday, they're on cable access, they're playing Glenn Fleming. Yeah. Glenn Fleming, Doc Fleming, Man of Mystery. It's the keyword. Yeah, Glenn and I are going to be working on a book together about Doc Fleming set in the same universe.
What?
Yeah. That's a little bit down the road, but it's coming.
Spoilers.
So this is my.
I love it because you just heard it here first on this show, right?
Yeah,
Exclusive.
well,
Amazing.
no, we talked about it on mine.
Damn it.
But if this is my tribute to Humphrey Bogart, Sam Spade, Philip Marlowe,
all that great stuff.
then the Doc Fleming is going to be my tribute to Indiana Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love me some Indiana Jones. Heck yeah. Oh, nope. Not gonna say it. Anyway. Okay, so A Damn Dirty Thing is a 20-page black and white pulp noir supplemental to the Pariah series. Perfect. Damn Dirty Thing introduces private investigator Jake Bishop. Follow the mystery, intrigue, and seduction to learn if Jake will be a friend or foe to Elizabeth on her quest for revenge in Pariah's Sanctum of Hate, which is the next book in the Pariah.
So that's what I was going for with that one. I did not draw this as one piece. Each element was drawn separately and then composited digitally.
Movie LA Confidential.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah. There's a movie, Born to Kill.
Okay.
That was kind of the movie poster inspiration for this. They're nothing alike, but just that big sweeping C, starting with Jake Bishop and then Portia Vance and then the car. I really liked that, and the title being where it is. I'm like, I'm doing that.
Cool. Here's some interior page samples. Va va boom. Sorry.
Yeah. The interesting stuff here is the top 2 pages. The one on the left, hand drawn, traditional. The one on the right was my very first digital drawing.
Really?
Yeah, I switched over to digital about 2/3 of the way through with the book, and discovered, both the joy and the torment of working digitally. You can edit on the fly. You can make all the changes you want to make. Nothing's carved in stone. Whereas if you screw up traditional, well, congratulations. Now you got to start over. So I've really enjoyed that process. But the downside of it is for me, it takes so much longer because I start obsessing over every little thing.
Oh.
Because I can change it, I go back
Mhm.
and change it and change it and change it.
Well, and make sure you save it in a couple places, because if you only have it on a tablet and that tablet gets destroyed, you just lost all your stuff.
Yeah, I literally emailed everything to Anthony as I was going along. So it's not even in my world anymore. It's up here in his world. So, you know, we joke, by the way, Anthony, when I had a really bad case of bronchitis on
Oh no.
Pariah Blood and Mud, and he was like, we were working backstage and I'm coughing my brains out. He goes, "Damn, Doc, don't die." And I laughed. I said, what would you do if I did die before the book came out? He goes, "I would Doc Blalock the shit out of the rest of those pages." He said, "But you got to send me all the scripts, everything, you know, in case something happens to you." I'm like, you know, that's
Oh my
not a bad
God.
policy. So
You
I'll
know
do
what's
that.
funny? We've talked about this on the show before. Carissa and I were talking about this. It's like
Mhm.
she and I both have these long running series, and it's like, what would
Right.
happen if I got hit by a bus tomorrow?
Right.
You know,
Exactly. It's got to go on.
you
It's
have
got to
to,
go.
I got to sit down and write out the rest of it, because otherwise it just dies with me.
Yeah. And, you know, I love my wife, but she could care less about any of this. She's not going to pick up the mantle and carry it on. My son could care less about it. He's not going to pick it up and carry it on. So I'm like, all right, Anthony, you're it.
Yeah.
You know, you are my, I guess, intellectual heir to
He's
the
the
IPs.
godfather.
Yeah. Yeah. Romano, get
He's
the
the
book out.
godfather of the series. Yeah.
So yeah.
Amazing. Ooh, look at these pages. What's
Yeah.
he doing?
One of the things different about Jake Bishop is he is a wizard.
What?
Now, this is not to, I don't want to create a wrong image here or a wrong concept. He doesn't investigate supernatural stuff. He just happens to be able to, he calls himself a ditch wizard, which means he's self-trained. He didn't, but in this world, magic exists, and
Right.
it's not some conspiracy theory. Everybody knows it exists, but it's as rare as an Eddie Van Halen is rare. You know, there's lots of great guitar players. There's only one Eddie.
Right.
You know, there was only one Tom Clancy, only one Tolkien. It's that rare, but it's real. It exists.
So he can jump through space and time.
Yeah, this that he's showing you is his shadow stepping, is what he calls it.
I like it.
He can teleport to a place he's been or can see, but he can also phase through a wall.
Okay.
And that's what he's doing here.
And just disassemble Johnny Five. Apparently that gun is stood no chance.
Yeah, he tells the guy in that panel, "I don't like being shot. Bullets hurt." So,
Hilarious.
so yeah, he's taking down the goons there. Got to have goons.
Beautiful hands, by the way. I love this. This last panel with the hand is just gorgeous. Hands and feet, eyeballs, they're hard, people.
Nah.
Says you.
Organic stuff is easy. Inorganic stuff is a nightmare. I'm not a good draftsman, so I struggle with that stuff. All right, we're also offering coffee mugs. And you know what? On the first campaign, I was all about the coffee mugs. On this one, I wasn't going to do it.
Why?
But Anthony said, "Doc, that's so on brand for you, man. You're the coffee junkie.
Yeah.
You got to have a mug." I'm like, all right. So I let him win that fight.
I like this one. Is it matte black?
Yeah.
With
so on one side you get the Damn Dirty Thing logo. On the other side you get the Bishop and Donovan, which is what his practice was before his partner got killed. Detective agency.
Cool. Those are nice.
Yeah. And by the way, made right here in America by my next door neighbor.
Oh, for real? That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, look, Hugo. That's so right. Need a dark roast coffee as a reward to go with the mugs.
The next Jake Bishop book. Here's an interesting story, Hugo. Some of my friends own one of the top rated coffee roasters and coffee shops in America. What? And there are 6 blocks that way. I'm going to go to them and get a limited run of Jake Bishop Damn Dirty Black coffee.
Yes.
And we will have that on the next Jake Bishop campaign.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Yes, indeed.
I want some. Indeed. I really would like that.
We are also doing a novella.
Yeah, this is something new we haven't talked about, which is
it's not a stretch goal. It's going to be, it's built into the campaign and it's available. You can get it by itself or you can get it with the other books and the tiers over there. Between 70 and 90 pages.
I'm sorry.
Yes, grind my beans and brew me a cup. Yes. And let me tell you, these guys, they do the best coffee. Sweet Lord have mercy. The first time I went in there 15, 16 years ago, they happened to have Ethiopian coffee on deck. And I had that and I achieved coffee taste perfection. And I will never, ever, ever match that experience. Ethiopian, if you ever get the chance, Ethiopian coffee, that's where coffee started, was Ethiopia.
Yeah.
If you ever get Ethiopian, it is naturally kind of sweet, fruity, floral, but still strong black. And I put a little pinch of salt in my coffee, get that little bitterness in there. It's wonderful. Anyway, the novella
Yes, tell us
is
about it.
the full story. There's a hell of a lot more material in it than there is in the comic book, obviously, with that many pages. And
Right.
it's written in that traditional old first person present tense voice as Jake Bishop tells you his story. And it's been just amazing to write it. I've lived in that headspace for so long, and to finally be able to just brain dump onto the page and get all that out has been a hoot.
I've thought about doing this too, just to I love how it expands the world. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's only so much you can tell in 24 pages,
Right.
but you can tell a whole heck of a lot more just in prose. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I love how you say it's illustrated. So I'm sure you're throwing us a bone with an image every now and again.
Yes.
Yeah. I love those kind of books.
Kind of like the old Sherlock Holmes books were, they had those great illustrations in them. It wasn't a comic book, but you get a one-page illustration.
Yeah.
For each story in Sherlock Holmes. Well, for every chapter, there's a previously unpublished. So the images don't appear anywhere else. They're not in the comic book. They won't be in any other book. They're exclusive to the novella.
Wow. And who's printing these for you? I'm just curious. Do you know?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Publisher's taking care of it. Good job.
Anthony handles all that. He frees me up to just do the creative stuff. I don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
So I was like, I would like to know if you're printing things because I'm kind of dialed into that right now.
Well, we were talking before about printers. We're going with a different printer. We went with Mixum, and they did a great job on Pariah. Excuse me.
Yep.
Hay fever's a bitch. But anyway, we went with the
springtime in the South. Sorry, please.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going with a different printer. It's equal quality to Mixum, but they're just a little bit cheaper, which enabled me to, and I was adamant to keep the price point low for everything on this campaign. Because look, we all know the economy sucks right now. And I just want people to be able to afford the book. I don't want people paying $20 for a 20-page book.
Right.
No, hell no. So $7 will get you the comic book. $9 will get you the novella.
That's awesome.
So
it's so hard. It's so hard. It's such a balance to try, because it's like when you price it lower, then you can't get ahead and start your next project.
Right.
But you also can't price it out of
people's
budgets, especially right now.
You need that operating capital, but you don't want to scalp anybody. I guess the advantage I have is I do all the art, I do all the writing. So I can afford me.
Yes.
Because I feed me ramen noodles when I got to. You know what I'm saying?
Saltine crackers with ketchup.
Whatever I gotta do. Whatever I gotta do to keep that price point low for you.
Yeah. Ooh,
so there's a catch-up tier. You can get the original Pariah. Now, cover A that you see right there on the left-hand side has not been available on the website deliberately. We were saving that for a second chance. after this campaign, you won't be able to get it at that price anymore. It's going to go up at the regular price, and it'll be available on the website. So if you want to get it at a low price, now is the time.
Is this going to be? Are these original print, or is this a reprint of the?
It's part of the first run. We printed enough to fulfill twice. So
nice.
And then below that, I love this. Jake Bishop Investigations.
What? Oh.
This is Jake's business card.
Shut up.
I said trading card. It has an actual working phone number.
You can call, leave a message.
You can call that number and leave. Remember the Rockford Files? How it would start with people calling, "Hey Jim, this is so and so." He goes, "Your check bounced. Do you want me to hold it like the rest of them?" You know, call Jake Bishop Investigations, boys and girls. Leave me a funny, or leave Jake. This guy right here, I'm going to tell you.
I'm totally doing it.
The best one is going to get a freebie. Not saying what, but we're going to pick the best one live on the closeout. Make sure we know who you are. Don't dox yourself, because we're going to play them live. But just let us know. You know, you can just say, "Hey, this is Devil's Air," or "This is Glenn Fleming." You're not giving away anything. But, you know, make sure we know who you are. Call, leave a message. I love it. The other Easter egg on the card is the coffee stains. The 6 p.m. at Bailey's is part of the story in the book. That's where he goes to meet Portia Vance. And the address, 442A Cook Street.
Solomon City, where's that?
As opposed to 221B Baker Street.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, it kind of reminds me of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, yeah. And Solomon City is the made-up city. And the pseudo zip code there, 3 Whiskey 05 Alpha, was my first billet number in the military. And I thought, I'll just use that. So
it's funny because I also have a working phone number for my.
Oh, yeah. You dirty bitch. You stole from me.
Mine was on issue 4, though. So if you solve the riddle, I don't give it to them like this. Like, they got to work for it. They have to solve a riddle to get the phone number, and then if they call the phone number, they get to.
Yeah, I do remember. So, in fairness, I suppose you did it first, Laurie.
It's not a contest. It's different because mine you can't leave a message. I was like, I ain't listening to none of these, so it just hangs up on you after you listen to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, no joke, I'm looking forward to getting with Anthony and listening to the messages. We're going to be doing that later this week, I think.
Yeah.
But we've already gotten some good ones, I know, from certain people. The good stuffs are crazy, and they've been blowing it up. So if you know Mr. Good Stuff and Mrs. Good Stuff, those guys are hysterical. I can't wait to hear what they've submitted. But yeah, anyway, below that, we've got the stretch goals at $3,000. The book is funding for $25,000. So at $3,000, we're doing a Portia Vance trading card. It says trading card. It's not a trading card. It's one of these. It's at this size.
Oh.
Print, just like we did on Pariah. This was a trading print of the Golem, and we'll have one of those of Portia Vance with her sexy self.
Cool.
At $4,000, we're going to do an audiobook.
Oh, why not? Is this can I play this? Is the preview for it?
Yeah, but before you do, let me put a disclaimer.
Oh,
this was Anthony downloaded this off a live read I just did on my show one day, and he tried to make it professional, added music, sound effects, and but that incessant high pitched whine is there from this stupid microphone on the camera. So yeah, we'll listen to a little bit of it, but just know this is not what it'll sound like. This is just a sample of Bishop.
Sample. Gotcha.
Money. It's always about the money. There was no movement in Morelli's official banking records, but there was absolutely no chance he was living low. Not Morelli. No, wherever he had planted himself, he'd be living in luxury, and that means money. When the mob moved money off the books, they did it through shadow bankers. There was one such individual used by the Italians, the Irish, and the Russians, and God knows who else. Whitey Doyle. If you needed money moved off the books, Doyle was your man. He operated out of a legitimate pawn shop in the business district of Iron Heights. Doyle's was the place to go if you were a whisper away from ruin, where the last shreds of dignity could be pawned for a breath of borrowed time. I park around the corner and wait. For this to work, I have to be sure that Santos still has some of his boys keeping an eye on me. I smoke a cigarette before finally getting out of the car. I walk past the pizza place and the liquor store that sells lottery tickets before entering the innocuous storefront. Two suits stand opposite in the shade of an awning over the entrance of a shoe store. Good. Inside, the shelves are filled with radios, data types, electronics, and collectibles. The walls hold rows of musical instruments. A glass counter encases glittering ranks of gold and silver rings, each of them a testimony to heartbreaks and breakups. Behind the glass counter were racks of rifles and pistols, and a 4-foot-tall Dolores. Well, Jake Bishop, how the hell are you, boy? If asphalt could talk, it would sound like Dolores. She was Whitey's sole employee and the only muscle the place needed. Her face, wrinkled and tanned, is adorned by too much makeup in a vain attempt at preserving a youth long departed. Her hot pink blouse and skirt, pearls and pumps, ridiculous on anyone else, are perfectly natural to her. Hiya, Dolores. Is he in? I smile in spite of myself. This old battle axe had sent more than one shoplifter or troublemaker to the hospital with lead in him. Yeah, he's in the back balancing the books. She wags a skeletal, nicotine-stained finger at me. But don't you be causing no trouble, Jake Bishop. Relax, Dolores. I'm not here for trouble. Just talk. She casts a gimlet eye and pushes a button under the counter.
That's amazing.
That high-pitched whine, man, that is headache-inducing.
Yeah, that's all right. We get it. It was just part of he clipped it from something else. But that's just entrancing. I could listen to that all day. I could just, with the music and like the cool smoke moving. So it's like it gives you something to focus on, but not really focus. You're just listening. And that's awesome.
I'm really hoping. I want to hear me, boys and girls. We got to get to that $4,000 stretch goal so we can make the audio book. Oh, we picked up a backer. Yay.
She was like, refresh. Thank you, Carrie.
Hercules. Hey, that's a significant number. 96 is my lucky number.
Yeah.
That was my call sign in the Fleet Marine Force, Bravo 96. So we like that number.
Something.
It means something.
It means something.
Yeah, so this is the whole thing. If we run through the tiers real quick, you guys are going to see how affordable I've kept everything on this campaign. The featured tiers are damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Damned if you do. I know. Credit Anthony Romano for that. He's good at marketing. The damned if you do is everything. So it's the Damn Dirty Thing comic book, the novella, the Pariah Blood and Mud graphic novel, Damn Dirty Thing coffee mug, the Gollum tapestry, the print of Portia Vance, and 2 sketch cards, and then plus the digital copies.
Wow.
Yay, Carrie, thank you. God bless. And it's only $95 for all of that. And then Damned If You Don't is everything Damn Dirty Thing without the Pariah stuff. And that's only $60. So that's going to get you the comic book, the novella, the mug, the Portia print, 2 sketch cards, plus digital copies. Dang. And I haven't done the sketch cards yet. I'm going to do those traditional so I can just, cut them out of the Bristol board and mail them right to you. And I don't do little bitty sketch cards, y'all. I do 5x7.
Yeah.
So you get a little something for your money. Then below that, here's where we get to rolling. $7 for the comic book.
Ta-da! That's amazing. That's
$9 for the novella.
Gosh.
Affordable. That's the whole goal here. I wanted that throwback to the old pulp novels you could pick up at the dime store back in the day.
Yeah, but we can't print them for that price no more.
Right. Right.
That's the hard part. It's like you want to keep
Yes.
it that, price, and the only person that can afford that is freaking printing Spawn. That's about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Look, if I get $1 million, I will sell them for a
That
dime a
would be
piece.
awesome. Yeah, someday. $9 plus shipping is the novella for 80-page illustrated. That's amazing.
Hmm. Hmm. The digital is PDF is $4. $4 for the digital PDF of the
Yeah,
novella.
and the novella.
Hmm. $15 for both. That's the comic and the novella plus the digital copies. So you're saving $1 there.
Yeah.
Then $7 gets you the digital copies of the comic books. Excuse me, of the comic book and the novella. I start
Nice.
getting tongue tied when I talk about
Yeah.
the money. It's always about the money.
Are you Keith? What?
Hi, Keith. Keith, I started making comic books in the 90s for some of the small press. And I just left it and went on with my career, and I was a fine art painter. And then
Yeah.
when the world ended in 2020,
Yeah.
I couldn't give a painting away. Mind you, paintings bought cars, paintings paid bills and paid off house. Could not give them away. So I was lamenting that, and then somebody said, why don't you come do comic books? I was like, hey, I know how to do that. So I came back.
All right, Keith. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus there.
No worries whatsoever. No worries whatsoever, Keith. Appreciate you.
Yeah, sometimes people just don't. It's like they see you podcasting and don't realize all the cool stuff that you do. You
Yeah,
have to come on someone else's show so that way we can give you a highlight instead of
yeah. I
the other way
don't
around,
shill myself very
No,
well. I'm not
no.
good at shilling
I know.
myself.
We're always like, tell us more. And you're like, do I have to?
Yes. And I know I need to. I'm just not good at it. But yeah, anyway, so the digital copy of Pariah Blood and Mud, $4.
Gosh,
And then what the hell's below that?
the
Oh,
17 catch up
the catch-up tier. Both of the comics. That's
and
Pariah Blood and
detail.
Mud, which is 48 pages plus the 20-page Damn Dirty Thing. And then the digital catch-up is digital catch-up. That's quite a thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Digital catch-up.
it's nuts, isn't it?
Digital mustard, digital ketchup.
You know what's funny? I
relish.
do that on my campaign. My ketchup tier is spelled KETCHUP.
Oh,
So, and I always put a ketchup bottle with it. And then I will have a mustard tier this time because you
yes.
can get ketchups with floppies, and now you can, ketchup with floppies or ketchup with trade paperback. So I'll have
Right.
ketchup and mustard.
Right. Keith, yes, I am a Navy veteran. The hat is legit. And I wasn't doing comics while I was in the Navy. I'm older than that. I had time to already have served my hitch, got out, and done other things.
I don't know how when you're going to be 35 tomorrow.
I know, right? I know.
Tomorrow's
Tomorrow's my birthday, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Over on Doc's Coffee Shop, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna be having a birthday party / drive to 4,000. We got to push to get to this stretch goal. I want to make this audiobook so bad I can't stand it. Listen,
Yeah.
I have some of the best voices in our community coming on board to voice some of the other characters in the book. It's going to be amazing.
That's awesome. I would love to do one of those. I've been toying with the idea.
Oh, Laurie, I've got a part for you.
Really?
I have a part for you.
I
Yeah,
would. I do voiceover. I've done voiceover for people in the community. Absolutely, I'll do it. 100%.
we will talk backstage.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Yeah, Sketchbook says Doc was in the Navy when we still had sailboats. That is true. It's absolutely true. But also, if you serve in the Navy right now, we still have sailboats. The Constitution is still commissioned.
Really?
Yes, it is the oldest commissioned ship in the world. Anyway, Keith says I did some T-shirt design when I was in the Army. I wish I fit into my photography and art love a bit more when I was in. Yeah. I was a corpsman in the Navy with a Fleet Marine Force. So that means even though I was Navy, I spent all my time with the Marine Corps and loved every minute of it. Both both of my kids are named after Marines I served with. It was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Wow.
Doc was in the Navy before they had ships. Shut up, Glenn. You're
Before
older
they
than
had
I am.
ships?
Glenn, you're older than I am. You don't get to tell those jokes.
I was like,
Yeah.
what were they in then?
Yeah.
Canoe?
Keith, you're right. Pretty much, I was for all intents and purposes, a Marine. They call a Marine is a grunt. They called me a scrunt, squid grunt. So I was a scrunt.
Carrie, I agree with you. I hope that audiobook becomes a thing. I would love to hear that and just it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
What did you say?
You're only as old as the woman you feel. That was both profound, funny, and a little dirty, Glenn. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Glenn. Needed that.
I'm going to be adding some stuff to the campaign where you can get some of the original pages, original art going to be available. And I want to I haven't put it on there yet because, again, I'm so bad at asking for money. I'm going to have a coffee shop tip jar. If you just want to throw a couple of bucks at the campaign to help us get to that 4,000, I'm going to let you do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's a link. I dropped it in there, but let me drop it in there again for you.
Yeah, I'm not on Kickstarter. I'm on Fund My Comic.
This is on Fund My Comic.
Mm-hmm. And Keith, I appreciate your interest very much. Thank you. Thank you for your service, by the way. If you were Army, thank you for your service. Sketchbook says Doc was the most important person to Marines and soldiers, the ibuprofen dispenser and the saline bag carrier. Yeah, happy early birthday. Thank you. Sketchbook was Army, so we give each other a lot of shit. That's wonderful.
See, this is where it's like, I love the chat.
The chat is always amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, every show I do, I get so easily distracted by the chat because the conversation's so fun that sometimes I forget. We'll be 15 minutes past time to do a segment because we're just hanging out with the chat.
Yeah,
you guys rock.
Yeah, and I love when they chime in and they participate and they ask questions, and it makes the show so much better.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it does.
And I love my chat. They're great. They're really great.
Absolutely great. Yeah, I'm really, I'm looking forward. I'm sorry, I almost told a lie.
What?
I was about to lie and say I'm really looking forward to getting out on the Shield tour on all the shows.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm not.
I know you well enough to know that you don't like to do that, but I mean, it's necessary. It's necessary.
It is. It is.
But, I mean, it's talking about your book, so at least you're comfortable with it. You understand it. It's super cool. You can just have at least here. It's like we're having a relaxed conversation about it. It's not a high pressure sales situation. It's just like, tell me what you're working on, man. I'm excited for you. So
yeah, thank you for that too. But I told Anthony, and I almost put it in writing in our contract. You have to do 60% more shilling than I do. You're the publisher. You get out there and shill this thing.
Catch up, internet. Here we go.
The catch up internet.
Well, I was going slow with like a big white space, and I was like, I swear I'm still on the page. I'm just scrolling.
Yeah. Ever since I got the new computer, I upgraded so that I could work digitally. My old computer just couldn't handle it. And but with this new computer, it's similar enough that I can operate it, but it's different enough that I'm having to relearn everything all over again.
But that's any kind of technology. You know what I mean?
Yes, always. And I've never understood the need for the constant improvements. Like Windows 95 was great. It didn't need an improvement.
What are you talking about? They always have new. Well, okay. I'm 50-50. Sometimes they add some really good stuff. It fixes a lot of bugs. It makes things easy. Sometimes they mess with things that have no business being messed with.
Yeah.
Like that worked great. There was no reason to change it.
Yeah. With Windows 7, whatever it was, be it music, videos, art, whatever, if I right click save as, it would immediately save. The save where window would pop up. Windows 11, it goes, okay, saved it, but it's up here in your save folder. You got to open it over there and then tell it where to go. Why? Why did you add that burdensome step to my life? Sorry, Keith.
He's like, I know already, dude. He's like,
Oh,
I hear it.
Gray Wolf was in the Air Force. That's
Oh,
kind of like being
cool.
in the military. From 79 to 83, and my youngest son has been in the Army since 14. He'll have 11 years in the tour end of March. He says he's not realistic.
I had
I'm
to mute
sorry.
myself. That was just wow.
Gray, listen, he was in the Air Force. He knows that shit's coming. As soon as he says I was in the Air Force, he knows the jokes are coming.
Why? What? Where does the beef stem from? That's what I want.
it's
I die.
it's the one-upsmanship. So there's a joke, Laurie. You want to hear my joke? Here's my joke. So the Commandant of the Marine Corps, the Secretary of the Navy, Secretary of the Army, Secretary and Secretary of the Air Force, they're all hanging out one day at the club, having a few beers, and they're talking about which service is the bravest service.
Oh.
So the Air Force goes, well, we all know we have the bravest people. Come with me down here to Warner Robins Air Force Base, and I'll show you. So they go down to Warner Robins, and he sees an airman sitting there. He says, Airman, I want you to get in that airplane. I want you to fly up to 40,000 feet and jump out without a parachute.
What?
The airman goes, cool, dude. I'll do that, because that's how they talk in the Air Force. So he goes up, he gets the airplane, jumps out, falls to his death. They go, oh, that's pretty brave. So the Secretary of the Army says, that ain't nothing, boys. Come on down to Fort Benning. I'll show you brave. So they go down to Fort Benning, and the troops are running around out there, and he thumb clip pull pin, throws a grenade, and he tells the soldier, dive on that grenade. Soldier dives on the grenade, blows himself to smithereens. They go, well, that's pretty brave. So then the Commandant of the Marine Corps says, you want to see brave? I'll show you brave. You come with me to Lejeune. So they go down to Lejeune, and the Commandant tells this Marine, he says, I want you to charge at that tank over there and with only a knife and take it down. And he goes charging at the tank with a knife, and it runs over him, splat. And it's like, oh, that's pretty brave. The Secretary of the Navy says, oh, that's brave, boys, but I got to show you real bravery. You come with me to Norfolk, I'll show you brave. So they go to Norfolk, and they see a sailor sitting out on the deck drinking a beer. They say, hey, sailor, I want you to climb up in the rigging of this ship and dive down on the deck. And the sailor says, fuck you. He says, see, now that's brave.
Talking back to the superior.
Yeah, exactly. It's all in good fun unless you're not a vet. And then we'll all dogpile on you if you're not a veteran and you talk shit.
Well, of course. Know your place, right?
Mm.
Like, you can't pick on the military unless you've been in the military.
Right.
Never been in the military yet, still was detained in Iraq. Ooh.
Yes. Glenn Fleming is an international man of mystery and adventure.
Yeah.
He's done it all. I love this guy,
Who's that actor that passed that was like 007?
Christopher Lee. Yeah.
Christopher Lee, thank you. Who had done everything. So I see Glenn Fleming as Christopher Lee.
Yeah, he's our own little Christopher Lee.
Yeah. Our own personal Christopher Lee.
And in addition to that, great artist, great writer, and a great guy. I mean, damn you, Glenn. Stop being so wonderful. I hate you.
And he sent me his curry recipe, which I'm trying to decide if I can do it justice. I don't know. I've never done a curry before. I'm going to try.
Now, I had one of my UK friends send me their recipe for scones because I wanted to try real British scones. I gave the recipe to my wife, who's a much better baker than I am. I think I'm a better cook, but she's a better baker.
Yeah. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
People don't understand that, but there's a big difference. So did your wife, what?
Sorry, Tanner just reached out to me.
Oh, look at the grenade bit.
So anyway, she got the recipe. She looked at it. She said, honey, this is just biscuits, but with sugar in them. I'm like, really? So apparently scones are just biscuits with sugar in them. Now they label things biscuits over there that we call cookies. So they,
right.
Why, like George Harrison said, why can't the English teach their children to speak? So scones are just biscuits, Laurie, with sugar in them.
Maybe I should try. I have some buttermilk in my fridge right now. I made butter from scratch yesterday. Butter is incredibly easy. for those that don't know. All you need is some heavy cream, and it needs to be room temperature, and you shake the shit out of it. My daughter came home from school. I had it in, we have a little shaker bottle to make butter, and we walked from our house over to my in-laws' house, so grandma and grandpa's house. It takes about 5 minutes, and by the time when we left, in time that we got there, we had butter. So she just shook it as we walked, and there you go.
And
So,
the milk you pour off of it is buttermilk.
is buttermilk, which is great in some biscuits.
Yep. Yes, it is. And I love these buttermilk biscuits. Where's Tanner?
I don't know. Someone said Tanner right here in the chat, but I don't see Tanner.
I don't either. Tanner just contacted me. He won't be with me tomorrow for the show.
Oh, no.
He's got a doctor's appointment. So I'm going to have a special guest host come out to hang out and cut up with. And I've already spoken to this person. They'll be
Is it
there.
me?
Actually, you know what, Laurie? Come on out on the show tomorrow. I need a third chair. Come on out.
I'll have to check and see, but I think I can.
Okay. All right. I'll send you the link. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't.
Okay.
I get it. Listen, boys and girls, Laurie Calcaterra is a busy human being.
I am so busy.
Not just doing all the publishing and whatever. She's still got little kids at home, which is extremely time consuming. My kids are grown. They're lucky they lived through their childhood, but they're gone. They're out of here. So, I got the place to myself. I do what I want to do.
Well, I also host a podcast on Wednesdays now.
Oh, I didn't know that. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I interview any One World creators. So I'm a part of ASAP Imagination, and they have their own show. It's a shorter one. It's 45 minutes, but I host that one on Wednesdays. It starts at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
So,
all right.
yeah.
All right.
But I haven't lined up a guest yet for tomorrow. So I gotta find a guest. And if not, that one's a replay. So I don't know. We'll see. That one's so different. That show is so different than this one. People are just clamoring to be on this show. I have all of May is booked. I have one opening for June 4th. The rest of June is booked, and I'm booked into July at this point. It's nuts.
Yeah, I get fussed at for not booking more guests.
Yeah.
But my show is not really a shill show. I will highlight a person's project and have them out, and we'll talk all about it. My show is kind of a throwback to the old morning drive time radio shows.
Yeah.
Where everybody just cuts up and has a good time. Not really set up to be a shill show. But having said that, I've had some great guests out. I'm looking forward to having the red pillars.
You don't have to have well, I don't make that much butter. Like, we just make one.
Well, I mean, you're right that it's not complicated to make it.
It's not.
But people somehow think there's some kind of voodoo witchcraft involved with being able to make butter. There's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I need to work on this, but I have a playlist on my YouTube that's called Eat Good Food Before You Die. And I make just easy stuff that people forget that they can do. Like I make cheese from scratch. I make farmer's cheese, which I make homemade pierogi, right? So Christmas time rolls around, I make the pierogi dough and I make the cheese filling from scratch. But it's not hard. It's just whole milk that you boil and you put in some kind of coagulant. So I use white vinegar, but you can use lemon juice or rennet. But that's it. That's all it takes. And then you just got to let it sit and then you separate it. So my Amish raised.
Are you Amish
No, but I am very focused on the apocalypse. We'll just say that. So I could survive in the apocalypse. Like I could make butter and cheese. I know how to garden pretty well. I also know how to knife fight, sword fight. Yeah, I'm well balanced. Creation and destruction. I like to walk like right in the middle. Pretty destructive, pretty creative.
I just shoot people if I have to.
I can shoot people as well, but you could run out of bullets. My machete's never going to run out of bullets.
No, I will never run out of bullets. Sorry. Never.
I'm coming to your house when.
I don't own any firearms. I dropped them all in a river many years ago.
Yeah, right.
They were lost, just so people know. But yeah, I had some of the younger some of my younger friends in their 30s. We hang out at the coffee shop downtown, and one of them, this girl is just adorable. She does stand up. She's so funny.
Yeah.
She said, we were all sitting around. She goes, "Yeah, Doc, we were going to come over to your house and TP your house or whatever." And then somebody said, "Yeah, you might not want to do that at Doc's house. He's strapped. He'll shoot you." So they decided not to.
Darn,
Yeah.
you missed out on your target practice. Now we need a tranquilizer dart gun, I think. For the ones we don't necessarily want to kill, but just want to like, hey, F you, wake up in an hour and be like, "Oh, hello, sunshine." Next one's a lead one,
Yeah. If all else fails, there's always the cast iron skillet. Just,
Those are awesome weapons too.
Bing!
Yeah, straight across the head.
Pops,
Yeah, I like my stabbies.
Yeah, Pops, I'm gonna have to just kick you right in the head.
Pops?
Yes. He's DMing me while I'm live.
Oh. What? Why do I make you feel like a bum? Pillars. Sketchbook is just thinking of boobs bouncing as you shake the jar to make your
Lord have mercy. Who, my boobs?
Thanks, Carrie. That's why I had my kid do it. She don't got boobs yet. How not to run out of guns and ammo. Take theirs. Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah. Yes, another tragic boat accident. They happen, let them TP your house. That's the good stuff. Have you priced it lately? Yeah.
Yeah, during 2020, like, please TP my house.
Pops,
Sure, mind your own business.
I'm going to address this.
What?
Pops is trying to set up Doc's show. Doc likes to wait till the last minute every week to let me know what's up. That's because I don't know till the last minute. When I know, you'll know. Don't let me go Navy on you. When I know, you'll know. You understand? Aye, sir.
It's like plan ahead. No, all right.
All right. Here's
Thank you.
Oh, we got another backer. Thank you, whoever you were. God bless you.
Was it you, Keith? Yay. Keith was asking for that link, so it was probably Keith.
Oh, thank you, Keith. Thank you, Army. Appreciate you. It's not really the hardest show to set up. There's nothing to do. It's going to be the same show whether I have a guest or not every week. It's not hard. But I get listen.
No comment. I was going to say mine's the easiest. I do all the things.
Yes. I was going to say, I do understand though. Pops puts as much heart, soul, and energy into this network as we do into our projects.
True.
So of course it matters more to him.
Well, he cares. He wants the show to be the best it can be.
Oh, Keith Miller calling out Air Force. He says, I don't see any Air Force supporting you.
Guilt him into it. There you go.
Air Force, where you at, baby?
I think that was Mr. Grey Wolf, right? The dad dancing. Every time you get a backer doc, a clip of you dad dancing. Dad dancing.
We've got this.
And now we get copyright strike. Thanks a lot.
Fuck I love that they.
There will be consequences.
What's the other one she says? What's the other one?
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Yes.
Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets.
We did that on one of my shows because Tanner and I both got Tourette's after watching your show when you debuted that. We were chicken nuggets every 5 minutes, and it never stopped being funny.
It's so funny because when I get in a guest that has no idea about my fandom and I start playing those, they're just like, where am I? Like, what is going on?
Yes. I don't have. I've done acting before in minor theater, local, but I don't have that ability to divorce from your self-consciousness to film myself doing anything. So God bless you for that.
That one, I think I had a blast doing, so I don't have a problem showing it. But some of the other ones, my third short film, when I thought, now you've done it. Here he comes. He's going to tell you off.
I see.
Here he comes.
I will preemptively say, oh, it's Rocky Cam.
Oh, hey, puppy.
Rocky.
Ow.
Oh. Rocky said, I love the Rocky Cam. Rocky, come back.
Ow.
Baby, come back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come on back here, talk to me.
No, all you got was his tail in the air.
Come here. Come here, talk to me. Rocky.
Sorry about the extra doubles and echoes. Rocky, where are you going? Come here.
He said, "Fluff you, I'm leaving."
I love the Rocky Cam.
And up the stairs he went. He just
Yep.
came down. He just came down, parked next to me, farted. I think he was saying hi, Doc, and then he left.
Yes, the fart was for me. Thank you, Rocky.
What
I
a
appreciate
jerk.
it. I appreciate it. Laurie,
Yeah.
play a commercial so I can go get some coffee.
Oh my God. All right. Let me do. Go. For everybody that's still watching, I just want to remind you that you can sign up for notification for launch for Path of the Pale Rider. Oh, you're back.
That's the closest I come. The closest I come to running.
But if you would like to be signed up for notification for issue number 5, real simple short link. And then, because again, I don't know when we're launching, but you can click here and it will notify you. I'm pretty verbose. I'm pretty direct. So when I know when we're going to launch, it'll be all over social media. I feel like that's why I only have 21 people signed up for pre-launch. because it doesn't matter. I just tell everybody too much information anyway, and then they all show up. But by the way, I got another backer.
Oh, outstanding.
Hello.
Outstinking standing. You understand? Hi, sir. That's good stuff. Thank you very much.
And I honestly think that, when you go on a shill tour, it feels like that.
Hold on. I think I'm bleeding. Am I bleeding? Nose and lips. Okay, ow. Please, Mr. Hood.
Laurie, if you don't send that to me, I'm never speaking to you again.
It's freaking in the studio.
I can't download it from the studio. Send that to me. I need it. I need that in my world.
Doesn't it? I mean, that's pretty much it, right? That's life with
Yes. Yes. Oh.
Do the little dance. Someone submit. Here we go.
Fat man dancing.
You gonna do the truffle shuffle?
No.
You're wearing the shirt. It's the shirt. It's the shirt.
Never disrespect the Hawaiian shirt.
Guys.
Never disrespect the Hawaiian shirt.
I'm
Ever.
not disrespecting it. I'm just saying it looks like it's from the Goonies. You could totally.
Laurie, send me that clip.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to. I'll put my email in private chat. You send it to me there.
I don't know if I still have it. I know it's here in the studio, and I don't know if I still have it. I'm like, we'll have to like just screen grab it and send it to you.
I was going to say what we can do, Laurie. You have a YouTube channel, correct?
Yeah.
Just post it as a separate video on YouTube, and I can download it from there.
Do you think they'll let me? It's not my material.
It was fundamentally transformed.
They might pull it. I don't know. It's over a minute long.
I need it. Just clip it from the show. You say that as if I have any clue how to do that.
I can do it. I'll do it. I'll send it to you. No big deal.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, listen, let me just put this disclaimer out there right now, Carrie. There will never be a time that I'm going to twerk. Ever.
Just clip it from the show when it's over.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You say that as if I have any clue how to do that.
I'll do it.
Thank you. Thank you, Laurie. Thank you.
I have to go back and
I learned how to make clips in the StreamYard library. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. Okay.
I can also clip the part where I said I drink my readers' tears.
Yes, we absolutely need that. So
very tool that once I played around with it a little bit, I'm not that good at it yet, but it also has a AI generated clips that just makes clips. You got to go watch them before you play them and make sure that they make sense. But most of them I've gotten, they're pretty good. I mean, they get a lot of views.
I know shorts do get a lot of views over on the YouTube, and they have something similar on Facebook. No, I'm never going to twerk.
Reels.
Ever.
I like Reels.
Yeah.
And I do have a TikTok.
I think Doc would throw his back out trying to twerk.
He might die. Dying while twerking.
I think, listen, I'm just
working into the grave. We're going to.
I'm repulsed by that whole thing, that twerking thing. That is not sexy. It's ugh.
No, Carrie. Now she started a trend. Sorry. Could be worse. You could get your back waxed.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that either. I just
come on, you got to do something. I smash watermelons and pineapples.
Casey would like pulling the wax off Doc's back.
Nah.
Your naughty side.
What might I do?
Doc does not have a dirty.
I will drink a cup of decaf.
That's the worst you got.
Hold on.
That's horrible.
There's no way we'd even know if it was really decaf. I'd call Doc out.
I will bring out a cup of hot water and the instant decaf, and I will drink that nasty ass godless shit.
Hey, any kind of instant is nasty ass godless shit.
That's not true.
Starbucks instant is trash.
That is not true. The military issue MRE instant coffee. Once you've had it, you develop a taste for
that. It wasn't
That's
good.
different. You have no choice.
You develop a taste for it, and it is amazing.
Coffee, you have to drink that.
That's what I said.
Well, I'm not going to smoke a whole pack of Virginia Slims. You know, the first cigarette I ever
pops here. You go.
Come a long way, baby.
The first cigarette I ever smoked was a Virginia Slim. The girl I was dating in high school gave me one, and I thought all cigarettes were like that. First of all, that thing got me high.
Yeah.
All right. Because the first time you
smoke a cigarette,
the first time you smoke a cigarette, you're gonna get high. But it was, dude, it went on forever. I'm like, I'm gonna get caught. Because so then my next evolution was I liked smoking. So my dad was a smoker, and he smoked Salem Light 100s. But my dad would only light the tip of it, take a couple of hits, and put it out. So I'd go in his ashtray, and I would raid and straighten them back out. And they were still longer than Kings, but not quite as long as a 100. So I got a bunch of those, and I started smoking those. Ended up smoking menthol. Went in the military. And back then, it was the opposite of how it is now. Nobody smoked menthols. And if I ran out and I had to bum off somebody, it was always just regular cigarettes. So that's what got me where I'm at now.
Peer pressure.
So Carrie's trying to throw, ideas. Doc, it's the 2000. He wears a wig of the chat's choice. Well, that would mean somebody'd have to buy a wig. And that, we're not trying to cost anybody money.
And listen, let me just clear something up here.
You ain't got a wig? You're not living in this.
There's no reason to ever hide a sexy ass head like this. Just saying.
We could, you can make a damn dirty thing, temporary tattoos.
I might get a
Stick it to your
permanent
forehead.
tattoo. I might get
Permanent
a permanent tattoo.
I was going to suggest on your head, but don't get it permanent on your head. You
No,
could get a
no.
permanent on
I've already got the space is occupied with my
right.
military stuff, but
Yeah.
I've got a vacant shoulder over here.
Carissa and I have both said if we get 500 backers on a single campaign, that we'll go get a tattoo.
I'm thinking if I get
That'll
to
happen.
5,000, I will go get a tattoo. And
Of?
I don't really, probably the golem
Ooh.
from Pariah.
I was like, why not Elizabeth? You could totally be temp tattoos all over his head, Laurie.
I'm not going to tattoo another woman on me, you know.
Well, she's not a real woman.
It doesn't matter. People
Okay.
don't know that. People don't know that. You know, or
She's
I don't
technically
know.
your woman, your created woman. I don't know how you want to say that. Single.
I don't
maybe
know.
draw. What?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I do need something that at X amount I'll do something bizarre, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'll stream topless.
Did you?
Nah, we already
No,
got it.
thank you.
We don't need more of that.
I'll stream topless. Devil's Air says all women are fictional. They don't exist, only in fairy tales.
Devil's there. Come on now.
Laurie, you need to go back and watch you getting up out of the chair because the only thing we could see was your shorts and your legs.
We can clip that too.
Yeah, you walked over across the room. We can see your shorts and legs, no upper body at all. It was
The ghost of Laurie Calcaterra. It's like Path of the Pale Rider. You can have two halves that are.
Laurie,
moving.
I'm coming over to your house.
Oh no! Get out of my house, creeper.
sure you'll invite him into your stream, but not your house.
I invited him. I didn't invite nobody. People just show up. Usually Brandon Sarochi. He's like, I'm in your house now. And I'm like, get out. But
It
look, I
doesn't-
got
It
little
doesn't work for
tattoos,
me.
temporary tattoos. Path of the Pale Rider ones. Free comic. There you go. Free comic book day is coming. I was going to put one right here on the inside of my arm. I thought that would be cool.
There you
Yeah.
go.
You got to do what we were talking about, the QR code, so people can scan your arm and go right to your campaign.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad I have to order
No, I
them
don't-
at like 100 at a time.
Yeah.
Make it stop. How do you make it stop?
What you do is you tell them
Right.
you want to buy them, but you want to see what one looks like, and you have them send one to you, and you just use that one.
Yeah, but it's temporary, so it comes off after one. I get my comic books. I order a damn postal office. Oh,
I don't know what that means.
That means he ordered some books and they didn't come today.
Oh,
Probably.
okay. I got you.
I wish these were temporary tattoos. That would be. I could do that. Oh, bye, Purple Bear. That would be cool too.
Now, somebody said something earlier. I think you guys were talking about Kevin earlier.
Doing what?
Kevin?
Kevin Davis? Yeah.
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 Is he coming on somewhere?
Our friend Carrie is the one that put this in my mailbox.
Yeah, she did.
Thank you, Carrie. Love you.
I knew about it and I didn't say nothing because
Yeah, I didn't know. It came to me. I'm like, who's this? Who's Lulu.com? I didn't know who it was from. Nothing.
Come on.
I haven't read it yet, but I will. Because Doc knows I read them all.
It says POTPR.
You know those stickers
It's
that you got?
it's very cool, Laurie. We were able to see it for a second there.
For like half a
Stickers that
second.
you
You can
have
see it
on
over
the-
here.
on your
Yeah.
coffee cup? The one
No.
you have
Yeah,
on
do you
your
have
coffee
one of the
cup?
black ones?
The skull on your coffee cup?
Oh, this one? Yeah, I did that
need
too.
I need a couple more of those.
I have to do more. I ran out of this material. It's a permanent vinyl. This
Yeah.
goes through my dishwasher, man.
I need a few more of those. I need to be able to put one on my coffee cup. I need one for my filing cabinet. I need a couple more of those.
Okay. I gotta buy some more material. I was gonna do those. My editor has a Cricut as well. So her and I have been tossing around ideas for merch for the next campaign. And I was thinking about doing tumblers, And I like these are not hard. They're not too big. When you start
Excuse
getting
me.
like the wraparound designs, those are the hard
Mug.
ones.
Do
Yeah, I like the
mugs.
mugs too. She can do coffee mugs. I can't, but there's a press for that, so they're really neat. Is that what your neighbor uses? She have like a
I don't know. It's sublimation.
Yes, that's what it
but
is.
I don't know anything about the process. She does a good job though.
My hats are sublimation. I don't have any up here.
Yeah. You're wearing
Thank
one.
you, Carrie.
This is the different one. I made just one for myself, and then I made a bunch for the backers that went out. But sublimation, it's like it's infusible ink, so you can put it on the material and you iron it, and the ink goes into the fabric. So it's not like this one's an iron-on, and it'll peel eventually. This one is starting to peel, but sublimation, no, it won't.
Yep.
I have to clarify something real quick. I know I was out there last week and I was like, man, I can't back any books right now because I'm trying to get the funding for the Roku channel and blah, blah, blah. That does not mean for you guys to buy me books. If you want to help, drop some money on the Roku thing. That will help. Okay. I can get the books later. I can always get books later. Okay. What we really need is to get this network off the ground, you know. So I appreciate you, Carrie. I love you guys, but man, there is a priority that I'm working on right now. And if you want to help, that's really the way to help, guys. You know.
But he does appreciate the gift.
Yes, I love it. I love the idea. I love the thought behind it and everything involved with it. Okay, but when I said I'm not backing books, and I said the reason why, I was hoping people would grasp onto the reason why, not the I'm not backing books part. You know?
Right. Grey Wolf says he needs commission so he can fix his car. True story. I had quite a few years ago, back in 18, I think. Excuse me. My hot water heater died, my washing machine died, and the computer went out in my truck all in the same week.
No.
I was like, holy cow. You know, I had a few thousand in the emergency appliance fund, is what I call it. Wasn't enough. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I sold a painting that week for $7,000. And it was enough to get me across that benchmark.
God is good.
How did you not?
My disdain and distaste and hatred for country music is probably what prevented me from doing that.
His dog didn't die.
You don't like country music?
We call country music to die by, music to self-delete.
I need someone to write me, I don't know, something Western-ish.
Hello, darling. It's nice to see you.
I don't want
that. It's been a long time. You just
everybody say goodbye to Doc. Bye, Doc. That was the craziest thing I've ever heard him sing. What?
I said, I do love you, Carrie. You are awesome.
Aw. Okay, you can come back. Don't sing like that ever again.
I hate country music.
You could always try this one, Doc.
It was listen.
I'll boot you both off.
My hatred for it began when I was a little kid. Right, my mother would go into these periods of just morose depression, and load all of us kids up in the car and go riding down these dusty, crusty old roads and just bleak, barren, blah blah, blaring country music. And there were always these in the 70s with these horrible, sad, depressing songs, and I would go, please, dear God, let this ride end, because a ride with no purpose was not something I wanted to do as a kid.
Can I say something dark?
Sure.
Maybe she was contemplating just driving it right off a cliff with all you.
Well, I think she was, and but they used to. Her and my dad both would play this horrible joke. They did it twice. They would drive way out in the boondocks to the old cotton sheds back up in the plantations, and they're just dilapidated, but there's still chickens in the front yard, so it looks like somebody's there. And they pull up and they go, all right, kids, get out. This is your new home. We sold you to this family.
Right? Wow.
hard.
We just
Anyway,
made all sorts of dark jokes right there.
so yeah, I was,
Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
I was headed down that dark spiral of depression that is innate to country music. And then I discovered metal that was uplifting, fist pumping, head banging. And I was like, hell yeah, I found my groove. And there it is.
Yeah. Grey Wolf, you're welcome to come on my show. We could showcase some of your art, maybe see if we can get you some commissions too. I have a show opening on June the 4th.
Grey Wolf has a book, I think.
We could talk about it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I've extended that invitation as well. If you ever want to come out, come out.
Yeah. You're welcome.
And by the way, when I say metal, it might mean something different from what other people. It's not modern metal where it's just crunching bar chords. All right, I mean Dio, Iron Maiden, Queensryche, soaring vocals, virtuoso guitarists. The drummers climbed into their drum kit. They didn't sit down behind one.
That's funny.
That's the music that I love. So yeah.
You climb out of that depression with the metal.
Yeah, hell yeah.
My dog has fleas.
All right, so again, I want to sincerely thank you, Laurie, for having me out. Thank you, backers that back the book.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. If you could do one other favor for me, and that's just tell one friend about it, about the campaign, share it out with at least one person you know who likes good books about back when men were men and the women were grateful. A good noir, black and white movie, and a comic book.
I think it's so important to remind people that when a creator is running a campaign, this is how we get to continue. A lot of people are like, hey, I'll just get it after the campaign's over. That is a nice thought, but this campaign is what helps Doc make the book, print the book, distribute the book, everything that goes along with it. It's so important to support indie campaigns when they're running.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys that back during the show.
Yes.
That warms my heart to see that, on the show and in the chat, there's people that support. We love you guys. Thank you so much for doing that. Yes, were you going to say something, Pops? He popped in and popped out again.
I just giving the horns to the people that back Doc's book right now today. Love you guys. That's why we do
when women really were women and men weren't.
Damn right, Grey Wolf.
Jesus.
Damn right. Oh man, look, I love everything about Jake Bishop's world. They don't have computers; they have data types. They don't have the internet; they have the data sphere. They have cell phones, but they just call them, oddly enough, phones. The planes are still those beautiful old clippers, but instead of being propeller driven, they're jet driven. They have the cars from the 1940s, but they have all the modern technology in them.
When you say one person, I backed and yelled out a window. Bye. Thank you, Carrie.
What were your neighbors? Loudly.
Yep, go knock on the neighbor's door. Hey, back this
I know
book.
You don't know me. Are you new here? Great, go do this. My neighbors are like, "Oh God, here she comes." No, we're good. We don't need your book. But I got a new one.
Yes, but the funding, like Laurie was saying, it goes into being able to produce more product. None of us are pocketing money and going, "Ooh, look what I made."
Oh my God,
because
no.
it costs. I was talking to Vaughn about this yesterday. When you see a campaign that has $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 worth of backing, that's pretty much what it's going to cost to produce all that merchandise and ship it out.
Yeah, that's all break-even money. You got to get into the 20,000 and up to start seeing.
And particularly writers like Laurie who are self-publishing, they've got to pay their staff. They got to pay the penciler, the inker, the colorist, the letter. They got to pay all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do all that myself. Thank God I'm able to, because I can afford me. I work for ramen noodles.
Yeah, it's hard to have a team. There's 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't
Yeah.
get paid. I'm the only one that doesn't get paid.
And what these guys do is why I started doing shows, why I started doing CromCon, why we have this network is for these guys to be seen. You know, so when you see one of these guys' shows live, man, share it out. Share it out to all your socials and get these guys. Look, Doc's channel needs more subscribers. Laurie's channel needs, for as great as Laurie's show and as much good as she does on the network, her YouTube channel only got like 85 subscribers.
Hey, man, I only started it like last year. So.
That's okay. The kind of work that you put in, that channel should be growing faster. It really should.
I need to make
Don't
more
just come
videos.
There's this too, and we've talked about this on my show. There are YouTubers, and then there are creators who happen to have a YouTube channel. That's what I am.
Yeah.
I don't ever go and look at my analytics and my channel's growing. I care, but it's not my primary focus. I'm back here in my studio all day, every day, making product.
And because it's not your primary focus, I make it one of mine to help you guys' channels grow. That's why I bring you into the network. It's not to get your content just on my network. It's to get people to know that you got a network, you got a Facebook, you got a YouTube, you got this, and for people to go and connect to all those things. The more things we connect to and share out, the larger the reach gets. It's that simple, guys.
Yeah, we don't. And by the way, none of us are exclusive to the Madness Network. Pops never insists on that. Do whatever you want to do. Just, bring a show to the network. So the network, the Madness Comic Network, is well worth investing a little money in. Pops is currently funding a GoFundMe to raise the money to get the LLC that he needs to take it to the next step where he wants to go, which is over to Roku. That costs money. And Pops is not charging anybody a dime to watch the show, to bring a show on the network. He's not charging anybody money. We don't pay for this.
And I'm sitting here trying to sell my own stuff to finance this.
Yes.
If you don't want to just give me money, buy one of these badass pieces of art, some of these comics that we have for sale that we're going to be selling to finance the network. I'm willing to give mine up to make this happen. And it's for everyone.
I sold my leg hair to charity.
You're so gross.
To try to help out.
Maybe if I sold some of my hair, but no.
Now wait just a Rocky.
He just said bullshit and walked away.
Yes. Oh, Rocky, come here, baby. Come here. Rocky, come here. Come here. Rocky, come here.
He said, "Fluff you."
Listen.
That was weird.
Glenn, you did not.
What's up, dude? Yeah.
Listen, I sold my common sense because it was low mileage. But I still didn't get a lot for it, though. Just saying.
Oh, you guys. Well, this has been a show. But I had a blast. Thank you so much for coming on, Doc. Every time you come on,
thank you for having me.
Time. Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm gonna double check about tomorrow and see if I can come hang out on your show too.
Yeah, please do. Tomorrow, boys and girls, by the way, is my birthday. And we're going to do a special something on the show. I don't know what. We always have a good time. And then I will likely go live later again in the evening so that the people that are the evening folks, typically I set my show up at 1:00, by the way, just for my UK audience, because I've got just as many people over in Europe as I do in America subscribe to my channel. And I really appreciate those guys. So I thought, we'll do it at tea time. So it's just in time for Glenn Fleming to tune in for a minute. And he goes, well, I'm off to go have a spot of something red and talk to my beautiful wife. And I'm like, don't make me hate you more than I already do, Glenn.
Oh my goodness. You're like,
Fleming,
and I've derailed my train.
Glenn, no, I was reading Glenn's.
That he sold his soul once, but they gave it back real quick.
Yeah, he cracks me up, man. I love that guy.
So are you going to be anywhere for Free Comic Book Day? That's this weekend coming up, or where?
I don't know yet. I may. I'm blessed to have a friend that runs a LCS,
Mhm.
and so I get any of the freebies I want just delivered right to my door. But it takes a couple days because he mails them to me. So I might unbox some of the freebies when I
Gotcha.
get them. But I wish I could participate in Free Comic Book Day and give away free comics, but I can't.
Well, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to Geek Out in Mansfield. So it'll be I myself will be there. Marco DeFio will be there, and Sam Vera will be there. Also, Lauren Wright. So they're all local comic book artists and writers. And the comic book store gives away comics, and then we're just there selling our own stuff. So we don't necessarily
Nice.
give stuff away, but you can come and see me. You can get my books online, but you can only get my hot sauce in person or
Yeah.
from the Kickstarter. So
I
if you
would
all wanna
listen.
try
I
stuff,
would
you
love
can
to do
see me.
something local and live stream it, but the LCS, the only one here in town, bought my stolen collection back in the 90s, knew he did it, and said, well, you can't prove anything. So,
So F them.
Yep.
Yeah.
yep, a great big, don't let me catch you in an alley.
Yeah.
It's not that the collection means that much to me. It's that someone I did business with in good faith did that to me and then had the nerve to say, well, I mean, you
You
can't
can't
really
prove it. Terrible.
That's a horrible human being.
Yeah.
But see, the whole thing is, Doc, is that you could have proven it because I guarantee you, your fingerprints were on a lot of those books.
Yeah, good luck getting the cops to fingerprint anything unless there's been a murder. They just don't do it. I had a guy break into my house one time years and years ago. I'm sitting in my chair, and I feel a cold breeze on the back of my arm. It's in the wintertime. And there's a guy at my back door crouched down coming in the door. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I grabbed my pistol and I stood, because it was right there. And I stood up and I said, oh, hell no. Dude took off. He hauled ass, right? I called the cops. They show up and do precisely nothing. The guy left a steaming cup of coffee he had just gotten from the only store within walking distance of the place that had the name of the store on it and a big greasy thumbprint right on top of it. I said,
yeah.
They did nothing.
Yeah, they don't like chasing people with guns. They don't like chasing people at all. They don't like chasing people. They like catching them on like the parking stop and stuff like that.
Thank you, Kerry. I appreciate that.
Cops that went to that dude's house and all got blown away yesterday, right?
I didn't hear about it, and I probably don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, you don't go to somebody's house where they're camped up and they have all their arms. If you want to arrest a convicted felon for a firearm violation, you catch him on the street. You don't go to his house. I'm just saying.
Well, the only thing I had to say was I did tell that cop, I said, I guess if he'd come in here and killed me, you would actually take that fingerprint and do something with it, huh?
Yeah.
But the fact that I lived is somehow detrimental to your investigation. What the hell?
Unless a crime was committed. But see, he came in your door. A crime was committed. That's the problem. They didn't do anything. That's
exactly. Now, thank God for my Ruger Security 6 357 Magnum and its Packmauer grips that just felt lovely, because just the sight of that thing will make a grown man shit. But, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never be afraid to protect yourselves, people.
All right. So, anyway, Laurie, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me out. Thank you, chat, for backing. Be sure you tune in tomorrow to the coffee shop, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the network or on my channel, Doc Blalock. I'm the only Doc Blalock on YouTube. There's the spelling right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one. You can find me. I know, Carrie.
On defense, yeah.
I know. I feel terrible for you guys over there about that.
Yeah, but you put acid in that water gun.
See you tomorrow, Glenn.
All right, my friends. Thank you again for coming to the show. We always have a good time here. Catch us next week. We're going to have more guests. And if you are interested in being on the Tuesday Morning Brew, please let me know. Spots are filling up fast. We're already booked out into July. So If you have things coming up, let me know. We'll get you on the show, and we'll get you seen, and we'll hang out, and we'll nerd out, and we'll ask questions and have a good old time. And remember to be excellent to each other and kiss your babies. You got it?
Absolutely.
All right. Catch y'all next week. Say bye, everybody.
You are shade, and comics are your estate. Put a little madness in your life. Come give your mind a cleanse. Tune in with pops and friends. Just turn on your Roku box and then put a little madness in your life. Put a little madness in your life. Yeah, put a little madness in your life.
Consequences.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit